Hello everyone, my name is Nina Melendez. I am the Virtual Content Specialist for Multilingual Learners and English Language Learners for Mathematics Grade 9 to 12. We're looking at our Algebra 1 lesson day 10, How Many Solutions. Today we're going to find out how graphs help us determine when a quadratic equation has two solutions, one solution, or no solution. Now we're going to focus on our Explore portion of the lesson on our Explore, and our keywords and ideas are graphing quadratics, the word solutions, and we're going to work with sentence starters. Okay, as a quick review, remember our key vocabulary and our key forms. You might have seen this before. So let's look at this quickly. Let me move myself out of the way. Okay. So we here have examples of the different forms of our quadratic functions. But our focus for today is on the solutions of quadratic functions. Remember, what are solutions? So solutions are a set of values that make the equation true. Now, in quadratic functions, where do we see the solutions? The solutions are also known as the zeros of the function. They're also known as the zeros, the solutions, the roots, or the x-intercept. The solutions, if they cross the x-intercept, they lie in the coordinate where y is 0 and then the value of x, right? So that is one possibility of where solutions lie. And it can also be expressed as x equals and your solution. You might have more than one solution. In this case here, we see that we have two solutions. We have -5, x equals -5, I have it written right here, and x equals -3. X equals -3. So now, let's see how understanding this will help us during our lesson. We will be using Desmos a lot today, so make sure that you feel comfortable with using Desmos. Okay, so we are now looking at the Explore portion of our lesson. You should have already finished your introduction launch, and after you finish your introduction launch, you're going to come to your Explore. Now, in your Explore, it says, Han is solving 3 equations by graphing. So Han is going to solve 3 equations by graphing. So we are given the 3 equations right here, but we are going to do one at a time. It says, use the Desmos graphing calculator as you need to answer the following questions. So you can click right here and your Desmos calculator will open right up. So you can click, it's linked right into the lesson and your Desmos calculator will open up. So it says, to solve the first equation, so we're focusing on the first one right here. Equation x minus 5 times x minus 3 equals 0. He graphed y equals x minus 5 times x minus 3. So we're going to see how that looks like, what that looks like in Desmos. And then look for the x-intercepts. He looked at where it crossed that x-axis. Okay, so you can go ahead and graph. You can also watch the video that's going to pop up. And for your sentence starter, it says, explain why the x-intercepts can be used to solve x minus 5 times x minus 3 equals 0. So I want you to write your opinion. The x-intercepts can be used to solve because. So go ahead and pause right now and tell your teacher why the x-intercepts can be used to solve this quadratic equation. Once you unpause, now I want you to write down what are the solutions. What are the solutions? So when I graphed, I saw that my solution was 3, 0, and 5, 0. 3, 0, and 5, 0. Remember, we can also write this as x equals 3 and x equals 5. So I see that I have 2 solutions. Okay, let's go ahead and do one example. Remember, you can always pause this in between exercises to work on the ones that you have in your class. Okay, so now we are going to look at this second equation. So now we're going to look at the second equation. Be mindful, the questions that might ask might be different each time, so read them carefully. It says, to solve the second equation, Han rewrote. So he rewrote it. He changed it up a little. Rewrote it as x minus 5 times x minus 3 plus 1. So here I see that I have my plus 1 on this side with the rest of the equation. So he moved it from one side to the other one. And remember our inverse operations that we've been learning about. He then graphed y equals x minus 5 times x minus 3 plus 1. So again, using the Desmos calculator, you're going to go into Desmos right here. And you're going to go ahead and graph that. To graph y equals x minus 5 times x minus 3 plus 1, then use the graph to solve the equation. So to solve, I want my solutions. What are my solutions? Is it 1? Is it more than 1? Is it none? Well, I see when I graph it, I'm left with 4, 0 as a solution. When I have a solution, it's always 0 on y and your number on x. So x equals 4. So for this one, it says, explain how you use the graph to solve it. Insert a screenshot. So I would go ahead and go to Desmos, do your graph, and take a screenshot of it so you can insert it into your lesson. And then you can write, I use the graph to solve by, so now write an explanation of how you use the graph to solve. What steps that you take might be helpful. What did you notice? Remember those words we have learned, your notice, your wonder. So go ahead, pause the video, and do this portion of the lesson. We are going to continue to the last part of our Explore. We're going to continue to the last part of our Explore. Okay, in the last part of our Explore, it says, Han is solving 3 equations by graphing. So we've done the first one. We did the second one. So now we're going to do this one. So now I'm thinking, wait a second. For this one, he had to add 1 to this side, to take it and add 1 to this side. He moved the 1 over. So I have a 4 on this side. So if I want to bring it over to the other side, I have to add it, right? To be able to eliminate it from here and add it to the other side. I'm going to rewrite my equation. I'm going to use Han's strategy, okay? I'm going to rewrite it, and instead of 0, I'm going to write y equals. I'm going to go ahead and open Desmos, and I'm going to go ahead and graph this, okay? Because it says, solve the third. So we have solved it. Now, I need you to explain how you use the graph to graph it and solve it. You can use the same sentence starters from the previous slides, or you can write everything in your own words. Now, once we look at this graph, there's something that's a little bit different. Remember, our solutions are our x-intercepts. Solutions are our x-intercepts. It says, think about the strategy you used and the solution you found. So what solution did you find? Remember, the solution lies where it crosses the x-axis. Why might it be helpful to rearrange each equation to equal 0 on one side and then graph the expression on the non-zero side? And then, now we're going to figure out how many solutions there were in each. So in the first one I did, how many solutions did we find? So I found that the first one has 2 solutions. Now when we graph the second one, how many solutions did you find? You said 1. You were correct. Now what about the last one? So you might be thinking, well, I found there was a point there, but that point isn't touching the x-axis. So that's the vertex, and it didn't have a 0. So if it doesn't cross over the x-axis, if it doesn't cross over your x-axis, it has no solution. No solutions or no real solutions. So no solution. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful. You could go ahead back to your lesson and make sure you complete it and have full understanding. Have a lovely day.